Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for another episode of Flashlight Basics, where if you are new to the crazy world of LED flashlights, this is a good starting point for some general stuff you need to know. Just a high-level overview, just the basics. Thanks for being here. Let's get into it. Alright, so if any of you know me, you know that I cannot stand alkaline batteries, and there are a lot of reasons for that. The most basic one is alkaline batteries were invented in the 1890s, and it is 2019, and I can't think of a lot of cases where 1890s technology is still the best option. Alkaline batteries are bad. The biggest reason is because they leak, and that destroys your device, whether it's your TV remote or your expensive flashlight or whatever. Alkaline batteries release corrosive gas during normal discharge. So if you have a raw light made from, like, say, copper or brass, even if the battery doesn't leak, that gas that is released is still going to damage the inside of your flashlight and corrode it and eventually make it non-usable, which is not a great feature for a flashlight. You want to be able to use it. Now, the other thing with alkaline batteries is that in terms of their discharge curve, how much power they can output over time, with an alkaline battery, as soon as you start using it, its available output is going to go down for the life of the battery. So that means after the first few minutes, you're not getting the full brightness out of your flashlight. So yeah, alkaline batteries are bad for that reason. They're also just not designed for putting out much current. They were intended for things like your TV remote, which has, a milliamp draw that is very small. Once you put that into a flashlight, that's going to stress the battery. You're actually going to get even less output for various reasons. And also stressing the battery by having a relatively high amount of discharge is also going to cause it to release more gas, and it's also going to make it more likely that that battery is going to leak. Again, not great. So another thing that people don't really think about is cost over time. So when you're putting disposable batteries into a light, assuming you actually lose your light, you're going to go through quite a few batteries. This is a hassle because you're making a lot of trash, and if you're like me, I've got a giant box over there filled with disposable batteries that I have to figure out what to do with. I don't really want to throw them in the trash. Be like, where do you take them to get recycled? I don't know, I'm busy. I have other things to do than take batteries to the recycling. So I just have a giant box full, which stinks. Now, in terms of lifetime cost, if you're actually consuming batteries, that's going to get really expensive, even if you're buying giant Costco packs of like 100 batteries. First of all, you're probably not going to be able to use up all those batteries before they go bad, even if they last for years. The second thing is, you buy rechargeable batteries, and you can recharge them, depending on the battery, anywhere between 100 and 1,000 times. So that means one little rechargeable is equivalent to 300 to 1,000 alkaline batteries. Yeah, rechargeable batteries are a little bit more expensive, but you pretty much pay that once, or every 5 to 10 years or something like that. So again, if you're someone who actually uses batteries and consumes them and has to put new batteries in your device, you're going to be way better off by having a handful of rechargeable batteries. The other thing about that is when your device is out of batteries, if you're like me, you go to the drawer and you're like, oh no, I'm out, I have to go to the store and buy more. If you have rechargeables, and if you've bought enough rechargeables, you just have some spares sitting around. Not a giant drawer full, just a handful, and you can continually keep swapping those batteries out and putting new batteries in and recharging your old batteries. Now, the other thing is, we have all been trained by disposable batteries to run that battery until it's absolutely dead and then throw it out, because you don't want to waste your money. Right? You don't want to waste the battery if there's still energy in it. With a rechargeable, it doesn't matter. You can be like, oh, I'm going to use my flashlight later. I don't know if the batteries are charged or not. I'm just going to put fresh ones in and recharge them. It is totally fine with modern batteries to recharge them before they're empty. In fact, that is what you should be doing. You should not run rechargeable batteries until they're dead. You should recharge them, as they say, early and often. Alright, so the basic reasons that you should use rechargeable batteries instead of alkaline batteries is that you're not generating as much trash that you have to deal with. It's going to be a lot cheaper over the lifetime of the device to use rechargeables. Rechargeables also deliver a lot more power, which modern devices tend to consume more power. And also, you don't ever have to deal with a battery that's going to leak and destroy the device that you're using. So, again, why not use rechargeables? It makes a lot of sense, and it's going to protect the stuff that you have spent your hard-earned money on, and I think that's really the biggest thing. Alright, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys next time.